Hey, what's going on, guys? Casey of OCDGaming back again with another guide, this time for Devastation Evoker. And of course, I'm in the same spot as I always am when I'm testing PvP stuff for the Devastation Evoker, Augmentation Evoker, pretty much anything Evoker related. So if you guys like guides, like Evoker content, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell icon so you guys know when my videos get put out. It'll notify you. Also, while you're down there, like the video. I got plenty more videos coming along the way, so let's just hop right into it. First build we got right here. This is a build that is primarily against casters, I'd say, or even just like a one melee, one caster type deal, just because it's not really focused on the deep breath. Again, this is all for pre-patch, not incorporating any scale commander hero talents or flame shaper hero talents at all. So this is all going to be pre-patch stuff. This is all going to be changing. There's a couple things that will change. We did have some things change in the beta. So Titanic Wrath is now 1 point instead of 2 points. So that allows us to play with more deep breath damage and the reduced cooldown and have font magic, causality, scintillation, and iridescence. It's actually kind of insane that we can have that after that, just that one talent change. It just makes it so much more like complete and just better. And we got a bunch of damage increased as well. So we'll take that. We'll always take something like that, you know? So again, this is the build for like casters or a caster melee comp, so like RMP or something like that, or even Cupid too. I'd say this is pretty good against Cupid as well. And the reason why it is this, because you don't really need Eternity Span. They're very rarely grouped up together, so you really don't get that much value unless you're playing with a DK. Then if you're playing with a DK, I think you guys know what's going on. You know, if you're playing with a DK, this is pretty much the build you're gonna be getting here. So it's the 1 minute breath because the 1 minute goes, Eternity Span because you're at least, the majority of the time, you're going to have two people. You know, you get the occasional one target, but that's okay. This is just, most of the time, you're getting two targets anyway. And if you're playing with a DK comp, once again, guys, Divide and Conquer is the talent to go with. So, but like I was saying, the other one, caster, kind of like the melee caster. This one is pretty much like melee cleave and just DK comp in general, so that's what we're usually rolling with. Obviously, on the Evoker side, you guys can change this around. It all depends on what you're fighting. If you're fighting too physical, then you can go into Attune to the Dream, one into Enkindled, Regenerative Magic. Obviously, if you're fighting two casters, you can go ahead and just move that stuff about. Because, you know, if you're going against casters, then you're going with the Inherent Resistance for magic reduction. It's really, really good. And if you're fighting Mage, DK, Warlock, kind of, I guess you could say Ret and Unk as well. Unravel is just super good. If you want to have both, because you want to have the Oppressing Roar and Unravel, you can just take either from Tune the Dream or Enkindled and just dump it into here. So there's tons of stuff you guys can do to mix it up. But for the most part, in Devastation side, it's going to be pretty straightforward and just running with this. But again, moving forward, it will be different because there's changes compared to live and beta right now, which is, again, I'm super happy about. So we'll be able to take one of the points here and have it here and still have causality, scintillation, and iridescence. So it's looking up for the Devastation Nation, my gamers. I mean, honestly, I've talked about this stuff plenty on my guides, and these are pretty much the tried and true builds. Nothing else is really going to be all that good. We never want to play red spell stuff. Firestorm is just balls. Catalyze is okay. It just sucks when your Fire Breath gets dispelled, and for the most part, it's gonna happen. They're gonna get dispelled like a lot, especially if you're the only one that's really just like casting any kind of like dots or anything like that. They're not dispelling like other CC or anything like that. Then it just kind of sucks. So that's why Catalyze isn't really all that good. So I guess, to make things simple, to find it all right here for pre-patch, if you want, I can show you guys the rotation. So it's going to be reverse rotation. You can kind of mix this a bit back and forth. So if you're just not doing any DK goes or anything like that, if you're just doing your go, all that stuff, we're gonna go into the caster build just to show the damage off, because we run the Hone Aggression and the 2 Enkindle. That's 26% right there, plus the 20% right there. That's 40% for our red spells right there. So what we're gonna do, I mean, you can do Shattering Star into Dragon Rage, or you can just do Dragon Rage, Shattering Star, Eternity Surge, tip Fire Breath, and then you can go into, if you get a burnout, you can use that. Try to get an Essence Burst, because then you get the 15% on that Disintegrate. So, I mean, hey, even if you start the match and you're just doing some Azure Strikes to begin with, you get some Essence Burst, then that's just free value right there. So you're gonna go ahead and Dragon Rage, Shattering, Surge, tip Fire Breath, and then you're gonna spam your Disintegrates. Then you're gonna try and get some of your Living Flames off too. And if you don't get any Living Flame procs, it's not the end of the world. Right there, I should have Shattering Star before any of that stuff, but I'm also trying to explain while I'm doing my shit too, so kind of a little bit distracted. But pretty much you're trying to extend your Dragon Rage. You're trying to extend your Dragon Rage as much as you can during that, so you want to try and cycle through your causality to get your empowered spells back as soon as you can. You're not going to be able to get to it 3 times. You might be able to if you had like a Shaman, Bloodlust, and PI. Maybe you could go through it 3 rotations of it. But for the most part, if you are rotating between that, you should get it like rotated twice between 2 spells. So you do your Surge, tip Fire Breath, and you should get a Surge, Fire Breath again, and then that should be towards the end of your Dragon Rage now. When you're not doing your Dragon Rage, you can just cycle between... if you're kind of starved on Essence, then you can just use your Azures for filler, especially if you're being trained and kind of running away. Now, obviously, if you have a hover, feel free to occasionally throw out a Living Flame. It's not the worst thing in the world, especially if you have the Ancient Flame right there. But once you get your Essence Burst, you can also just Fire Breath, use your Shattering Star and Eternity Surge together like all the time. That is where you're going to get the most amount of value, in my humble opinion, because Eternity Surge is one of our biggest hitting moves if you don't have Quantum Magic. But most consistent, just single target burst or cleave burst if you're going with it. So that's pretty much our burst rotation. It's very simple, very straightforward. Use your Disintegrates, and then once you get your burnout procs, toss your Living Flames throughout in there. Try to get some Essence Bursts so that you can continue to use your Disintegrate rotation. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. I feel like I've been talking about this for about four seasons now, about Devastation. So I feel like I got this kind of on lockdown. That's why a little bit shorter. Not really big changes either for Devastation. But once again, guys, make sure you do subscribe to the channel so you know when I put out a new video, and like the video when you're already down there. Comment down below what you guys want to see from me. I got plenty more content along the way. Just a little bit of a wild drought right now until the War Within comes out. So if you guys want to see high-end gameplay, Devastation Augmentation Evoker PvP, I got you. Just keep on coming back and I'll keep on making these videos. And again, I will be making a new guide for Augmentation and Devastation Evoker once level 80 and hero towns come out, all that stuff. So thank you all for watching. If you guys have any questions, please comment them down below. I will answer them as soon as I can. I appreciate y'all, and hey, follow the stream too. But I'll catch you guys next video. Take care, y'all. Thank you so much for watching the video. If y'all enjoyed it, don't forget to like it, share it around, and subscribe to the channel. If y'all want to see more by me, check out the playlist and the most recent uploads. Once again, thank you all for watching. Hopefully I catch you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.